Hey guys, it's Jamie and I'm finally back with another YouTube video. I literally have not made a YouTube video since last summer. I know, I'm lazy, I'm a piece of garbage, you don't gotta tell me. I already know. Thank you very much. But I am here because I have a story that needs to be told. I don't know. So this is a story that needs to be told. It happened about a month ago in April when I went to New York City. One of the worst days of my life. I am not kidding. The worst day. Worst luck from the beginning of the morning to 12 o'clock at night. This basically is a story about me being an idiot and getting into a stranger's car. Because I am Canadian and I live in a rural, nobody-ass town where no one lives, so I had never used Uber before, and my first time using it was alone at night in New York City. So, yeah, start to the beginning of the day. I get my lazy butt out of bed like an hour before my flight because, you know, I've already said this, I'm lazy. And I go to the airport with my bags, like ready to go have some fun in New York for the weekend with my friends because we always turn up. I go to check in at the desk and I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm going to New York, check me in, I'm ready. And I was gonna fly from where I live, Fredericton, New Brunswick, to Toronto, and then Toronto to New York. So she was like, oh, like everything's good for your flight from here to Toronto, but the one from Toronto to New York has been canceled. And I was like, what'd you just say to me? Like, why wouldn't I get a phone call or something? And anyway, so she's like, oh, but we can put you on a flight like 2 hours later. And I was like, oh, okay, no biggie. So anyways, I just take my tickets and I'm like, yeah, about to get started on the airplane. So I get on my plane from Fredericton, where I live, to Toronto, and there is no troubles because I have like a 2-hour layover.
Let me see if this bitch still recording, because I always got the bad luck.
And like waiting at my gate, they're about to call like pre-boarding. You know how they're like, attention, if you got a baby, then you can get on the plane right now. You get to go on first to let everyone have a preview of your annoying screaming child on the plane. The lady pulls out the phone, a big smile on her face. I was like sitting there ready to go. I was like, let's get going. Air traffic control in New York, we are unable to take off at this point, so we're gonna have to delay another hour. And I was like, as we're getting closer to the another hour that had been postponed, we're about to get ready to get on. I'm like, yes. She delays it again. She's like, we're still having unknown difficulties at air traffic control at New York. And I was like, we'll fix it. And so we get on the plane finally. We're like boarding, we're like on, I'm like, yes, what could possibly go wrong now? And so we take off, we're flying in the air, and about like half an hour into the flight, we have an announcement from the captain. He says, I hate to tell you guys this, but there is unknown difficulties with air traffic control at New York LaGuardia, so we're gonna have to turn the plane around and go back to Toronto. And I was like, excuse me? You're telling me we're gonna turn around and go back to Toronto?
Boy.
Turn this plane around, go back to Toronto. We're sitting on the tarmac, or whatever the runway thing is called. We wait there for about another hour, and then he's like, okay, the problem's all taken care of. So we finally take off, and we land in New York at around like 8:30. We land and I'm like, I get off the plane, I'm like, hopped at the plane at New York LaGuardia. I'm like exhausted by this point, ready to go to my friend's house. And I see this, I was like, you know what, I gotta call my Uber, and then I look up and I see this man. He is literally at the exit holding a sign that says Uber on his phone, literally text Uber, big. And I was like, oh, sir, I'll take this Uber. For those of you who don't know what Uber is, it's like this taxi thing where you order it on your phone and then they like come and get it. They like, you can like see on the map where the Uber is, and like you order it on your phone. You don't go up to a strange man holding the sign that says Uber to go. So anyways, yeah, and you're supposed to be able to pay like directly with your credit card. There's no cash that you pay with or anything. It's like all done on your phone. So I was not aware of the concept of Uber. Uber because like I said, I live in the middle of nowhere. Well, I go with the man and we're walking to his car, and I'm surprised that not at any moment did I think, oh my, maybe I shouldn't get into a stranger's car. I decided to be lazy and didn't want to wait for an Uber to come, and I was like, this man's here, he's ready to take me, let's go. He takes my luggage and he puts it in the back of his car. The dustiest, crustiest, gross car. So I get in this man's car and we start driving. And he was gonna drive me to Grand Central Terminal. When you sign up for Uber, sometimes there's like this $15 off coupon that you get on your phone. And I was like, oh hey, I have this coupon that I could use. Like, how does it work? Like, does it just do it automatically? And he was like, oh no, you pay in cash. And he was like, he had like an accent because he was from the Middle East or a country somewhere in the Middle East, I'm guessing. So he had like a really strong accent, so I couldn't really understand what he was saying. And wait, you're telling me I'm gonna pay in cash? This is an Uber, aren't you supposed to pay on your phone? And he's like, oh no, like it's broken. I was like, and at that point, I was like, whose car is this? Who's that driving? Where am I? My phone is about to die. So here I am, a 17-year-old boy, alone, in New York City, at night, in a strange man's car, and my phone is almost going to die. It had like 20% on it. So I was like, well, anyways, we are driving, and I'm texting all my friends with the little battery life I have left. I'm like, goodbye, tell my family I love them if I don't make it through this. Anyways, I then like put my phone on the side, try to save the battery, and I start thinking to myself, how am I going to get out of this situation? At first he said the ride was gonna be like $40, and I was like, you know what, okay, I have $50 in cash in my wallet. Keep in mind, he said I can only pay in cash. So I had $50 in my wallet. I had like my debit card with me, but I like had that was all the cash I had. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So we keep driving, and he keeps upping the price. He'll be like, oh, okay, $60 now. Like, traffic. And he was taking out, like, I could tell, even though I'm not from New York, that he was literally taking the most weird back streets to make it seem like I was stupid to think that it would be, like, more expensive. I mean, I was stupid for getting in his stupid car. Ways. So he kept on upping the price, and then it kept getting higher. It was like, okay, $70 now. Okay, $80. So by the time we are getting, during all this, I'm like, I ain't got this money. Close, we crossed like this bridge. I don't know what bridge it is. And we're getting close to Grand Central Terminal. I could tell because, like, we were in Manhattan, like downtown Manhattan. Like, literally when there was 5 minutes left in the ride, he was like, your total is going to be
160. I was like,
am I buying your car? Am I taking you out to a steak dinner? Or are you taking me for a 20-minute ride from the airport to Grand Central Terminal? That's not even like a quarter of a tank of gas, which would be like, not at most, not even $30. So I was like,
if this bitch thinks that I'm gonna pay $160 for this short ride, then he must be crazy. So anyways,
I come up with an idea. So I had my carry-on bag, like my little book bag with me, like on my lap in the seat. So I take out the $50 I had in my hand, like scrunch it up in my hand, put my wallet, put my passport, put my phone in my pocket in case this man tried to like grab my bag when I got out of the car. Told him that the money was gonna be in the bag that he had put in the trunk, so that when we get out I could be like, get me out of here, like I'm gonna take the money, no, I'm gonna get the money out of my bag, like let me just get out, let me get my stuff, let me gather it all together so I can run away from you, bitch. So yeah. The car stops, and it's literally like he doesn't even pull over to the side of the road. He just like stops in traffic and just expects that everyone else around him is just gonna be like, yes. I am not even kidding. I was sitting in that back seat, and I jump out like, I run around, open the trunk, grab my bag, pretend to like search in there, be like, let me just pull out all my stacks that I have for this drive, you know? And at this point, I had the $50 in my hand that I told you about. I had it like scrunched up. I close my bag, I have everything secure with me, pretend I'm about to hand him the money. I throw the $50 at this man, And I am not kidding. I have never run so fast in my life. I was going to meet my friend Jake in Grand Central, like in the middle somewhere. And he's like, hey, where'd you going? Like, where are you going? And I was like, already gone. Like, there was no way he was coming after me. If he did, he would be stupid to leave his car in the middle of traffic. So I run into the center of the terminal, find my friend, and I'm like, can you just wait here for like 5 minutes? I just gotta like projectile vomit 18 times into the bathroom over there, so. Just think about all the stuff that happened in that day. My plane got canceled, they delayed it like 18 hours, flew in the air, came back to the airports, then got on the plane again, flew to New York, and then get in the car with this creepy ass man who thought that I was gonna pay $160. You can fill up a car like twice and a half with gas for that much money. And he thought I was gonna pay that. Did he actually? I was stupid for getting in the car, but did he actually think that I don't know how much gas costs? To end all this, in case you do not think that I am telling the truth, here is the receipt he gave me. Title, Official Taxi Limo Receipt. Very official. Date, April 7th, 2016. From LaGuardia Airport to Grand Central. Fare, $126 plus gratuity. He just assumed that I was going to give him a tip of $40. Yes, you customer signature. He signs it with this little squiggle. No phone number, no nothing. Goodbye. I did learn my lesson because I went to Florida like the week after that and used Uber Good. I was like, I know what I'm doing this time. I hope you guys enjoyed me telling you about the worst day of my life. And I will be back on this channel next week because I'm gonna stick to making YouTube videos this time. I'm not gonna be lazy. I'm graduating high school soon, so I have a whole summer. I'm doing a lot of traveling with this tour called Press Play, so you guys will be hearing more about that. I'm very excited about, get to hang out with all my good friends. But I will also be making YouTube videos and like collabs with them, and it's gonna be a good summer, and I hope you guys are excited as I am. So yes, I will talk to you guys soon, and hit like if you like me explaining my horrible day. Subscribe for more videos, and I will see you guys next time.